Okay. That was the Stump Man. Hi everybody. This is Stumpy's second video, and last time we had told you that we wanted to inform you on what happened, how I got burned, and the day Stumpy was born, and things like that, and what happened to us, and our journey till here. And anyway, we're going to start out with the day it happened, and it was a day in November of '99. And it was beautiful outside. It was like 60, 65 degrees. I had a short sleeve shirt on and everything. And I'm an electronic technician by trade, but that day there was just nothing for me to do. And my boss asked me if I would cut some 55-gallon drums up for scrap. And so he knew I could use a cutting torch, welder, all that kind of stuff. So I went outside and we started going through the barrels, taking the tops off, dumping everything out of them. And smelling them inside, making sure there was no fumes or anything, and anything that we dumped out was all water and stuff. So anyway, got the barrels all cleaned out and dumped, and I started cutting them, and I had cut about, I don't know, close to 10 to 15 barrels, and then I went inside to take a break. And when I came back out, I just got my gear back on, went back to doing it, grabbed the next barrel, started cutting it, and apparently, unknown to me, someone had brought a barrel out and set it by where the empties were, and I didn't pay attention and didn't see that the lids weren't off and everything. It wasn't marked. I just grabbed it. So anyways, about halfway through, and I could hear the air getting sucked into the barrel. And when that happened, I pretty much knew it was going to explode. So I turned, and as I turned, it blew up, and you know, blew shrapnel out everywhere and everything. And a big chunk of it is what damaged my left leg really bad. So anyway, here I am on fire. I can see the fire out of the corner of my eyes and stuff, and I'm running around trying to find a place to roll. But there's, you know, where I was at was all like oil barrel storage, so all this oil was on the ground and stuff, so I couldn't roll in that. And as I'm running, I'm feeling something hit the back of my right leg, and I'm thinking that something got caught on my shirt, some of the shrapnel, and it was just bouncing me in the leg. And anyway, when I finally stopped, dropped, and rolled like you're taught to do, I looked down and I saw my leg, and it was just, I can't even explain. It was pretty bad shape. I could see bones and everything else in it and stuff. And then I realized at that point that what was hitting my right leg was my left leg that was still hanging on by some muscle tissue. Anyway, that's kind of morbid. But anyway, I'm laying there on the ground and thinking about what just happened. And of course, many things that run through your mind. You know, your kids, your family, your wife, all that stuff, what they're going to do with you being gone and stuff. And honestly, at that time, I was thinking to myself that, you know, 3 or 4 weeks I should be back to work, and obviously I was way off there. But anyway, so I'm laying on the ground, and you know, people had come out, and they called the rescue squad, and I bet it was only like 4 or 5 minutes, and they were there. They were very fast, and they started taking care of me and doing the best I could to stop whatever bleeding and trying to make me the most comfortable as I could be. And then they ended up loading me up into the ambulance, and away we went. And all along the way, I understand more now why they do it than I did then, but they were asking me all these questions about, you know, what's my name, where do I live, what city, where do I work, all that kind of stuff. Easy questions that I should know. And they ask you that just over and over. After about the fifth or sixth time, you know, I'm just like, just shut up. You know, it was the worst thing that ever happened to me in my whole life, and this guy is sitting here asking me all these stupid questions. Anyway, I stopped answering his questions. And shortly after that, I hear him on the radio, or one of the other paramedics, I'm not sure which one, and telling the hospital that they didn't think I was going to make it. You know, that I had stopped responding or whatever, and they didn't think I was going to make it. And so anyway, get to the hospital. I don't remember, it's kind of, you know, touch and go there. I don't remember. I remember getting wheeled in. I remember being in the emergency room and hearing people, but shortly after that is when they started to put me out. And so that's the end of that part of the story. And as we were thinking about this, you know, Stumpy, that's the day he was born, and he certainly wasn't old enough to see the fire or anything, but he came up with something that would show what he would have felt like during that day. It's a little video clip. You got to watch it. He's an idiot. But and I also want to warn people about watching it too. If you're a burn victim or something, you may not want to watch it, because a lot of people that are burned are, after that develop a fear of fire, and that's just something that never happened to me. To this day, it doesn't bother me. So, but it does bother some, and I know it can be really mentally handicapping people sometimes. So I'm just telling, Stumpy's just having fun with this, and that's all it is. But here he is. Next time I'll tell you a little bit about the helicopter ride and about what hospital I went to and things like that. But for now, what I wanted to do is tell you about what Stumpy and I have planned for the weekend. Our brother-in-law lives in Chicago, and we go into Chicago every year about this time, and he's got a boat out on Lake Michigan, and we go out and we take his boat and we go to Soldier Field and watch the preseason. Usually it's the last preseason game of the Chicago Bears football. So we're gonna go and watch that and tailgate on the boat a little bit, and I'll make sure that I take plenty of pictures so that I can bring a few back to see what that idiot's up to again. But I hope he doesn't do what he did last year. He just he had a little bit too much of the sauce, if you know what I mean, and I was tripping all over him all night long. But we've got a couple videos here to show you. I mean, he's just staggering. I'll let the videos do the explaining.
Are you okay, Stumpy?
See, I told you that idiot gets the hiccups, falls down. He does get back up, but he falls down. But that's all for now. We'll get back to you next week sometime. And remember, please subscribe. Very easy, doesn't cost a thing. And also, you can get a hold of us at stumpyswork@gmail.com. So say goodbye, Stump.